I made the best universe mode, but it's 2005. In this timeline, there is a brand split between Raw and SmackDown, so we will have two different rosters, different champions, and two distinct pay-per-views. Let's begin with Week 1. The show kicked off with a triple threat match to decide who would get a shot at the WWE Championship. It was Jericho, Angle, and Triple H in the ring. While Triple H was going for his pedigree move on Kurt, Kurt turned the tables and hit an Angle slam. Just then, Chris saw his chance, got Kurt out of the ring, and pinned Triple H for the win. After the match, both Triple H and Kurt tried to be sportsmanlike by reaching out for a handshake, but Triple H cheated and hit Kurt below the belt. In the second match of the night, we watched Tajiri facing off against Carlito. Carlito ended up winning the match by delivering a backstabber to Tajiri. In our third match, we had the WWE Women's Champion Trish Stratus taking on Victoria. Trish won after hitting a Stratus faction on Victoria and pinning her in the middle of the ring. In our fourth match, there was a one-on-one bout where the winner would earn a shot at the Intercontinental Championship at Unforgiven. It was between Rob Van Dam and Snitsky. After Van Dam secured the victory, the reigning champion Shelton Benjamin entered the ring to size up the new #1 contender. In our fifth match, as the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels was making his way to the ring, he was ambushed by Edge before his match against the Big Show. Edge's intention was to send a message to the locker room, and who better to do that with than Michaels? Shawn and the Big Show then engaged in a fierce match. In the end, Shawn managed to land the elbow drop, followed by sweet chin music, defeating the Big Show after a tough start. However, Edge reappeared, and Shawn was searching for him, but Edge attacked from behind. In the main event, the WWE Champion John Cena was heading to the ring for a one-on-one match with one half of the tag team champions Trevor Murdoch. After their match concluded, and Cena was celebrating his victory, Jericho, who earlier in the night had earned a #1 contender spot for the WWE Championship, came out to confront Cena. They were scheduled to clash at Unforgiven for the WWE title, and this marked the first week for Raw. The show started with a tag team match, Playa, where the United States champion teamed up with Bobby Lashley against Christian and JBL. After JBL took out Chris, he hit Lashley with a clothesline from hell, getting the W. In the second match, we witnessed Muhammad Hassan going one-on-one against Billy Kidman. Hassan won the match after making Kidman submit to his signature move. In the third match, we had another tag team match, Playa, and this one was to decide who gets a shot at the tag team championships. Eddie and Ray took on MNM. MNM came out on top after Nitro surprised Mysterio with a roll-up. After the match, Eddie seemed frustrated and gave Mysterio a push to the side. In the main event, we had a one-on-one match featuring the five-time champ Booker T taking on the Dead Man, The Undertaker, for a chance at the World Heavyweight Championship at No Mercy. During a crucial moment in the match, the referee was accidentally knocked down, and that's when the legend killer, Randy Orton, intervened, hitting the RKO on Taker. This helped Booker T execute his signature move and secure the #1 contender spot for the World Heavyweight Championship. After Booker's victory, Batista made his way out to the ring to face Booker. They stood in the middle of the ring face to face, bringing an end to the show and concluding Week 1. In Week 2 of Raw, we were supposed to witness a match between Regal and Van Dam. Unfortunately, as Rob was making his way to the ring, he was attacked from behind by the IC champ. So instead of RVD, we ended up having Regal versus Kurt Angle. It turned out to be a solid technical match that concluded with Angle making Regal submit, using the ankle lock. However, as Kurt was bidding farewell to the crowd and heading backstage, Triple H launched a surprise attack on Angle from behind. Then Triple H proceeded to bring Kurt back to the ring and unleashed a series of chair shots on Angle's arm, the very same arm that Kurt had offered for a handshake last week on Raw. As you can see, guys, we were clearly building up to Unforgiven with these two. In our second match of the night, we saw the IC champ taking on Tajiri. Shelton won the match, and as he was celebrating, Rob Van Dam made his return after the attack by Shelton earlier. He struck the champ from behind and then grabbed the belt, hitting the champion with his own title. You could really feel the tensions boiling this week. In our third match of the night, we were going to witness Eugene against Triple H. However, as Triple H was making his way to the ring, Kurt Angle, who had received a wild attack from Triple H earlier today, came back. He hit Triple H in the back of the leg, got him in the ring, and gave Triple H the same beatdown he received earlier. Angle was smart, though, and he targeted the leg since he knew they would meet at Unforgiven. You could see that Kurt was still selling the attack by Triple H to the arm. Michaels and Edge had a brawl backstage. Michaels delivered a piledriver on Edge, and they used weapons during the fight, even battling on top of metal containers. Edge even struck Shawn with a bat, but Shawn responded with the sweet chin music, ending the altercation and standing tall this week. In the main event, we witnessed the WWE Champion John Cena facing off against the Big Red Machine, Kane. After a tough and intense struggle between these two, Cena managed to execute the AA on Kane. Although Cena was a bit late with the cover, he still pinned the Big Red Monster. However, as Cena was celebrating, Kane struck him with a choke slam. This was the moment when the #1 contender for the title at Unforgiven seized the opportunity, hitting Cena with a chair to the leg. And that concluded Week 2 for Raw. In Week 2, the show kicked off with a singles match between Johnny Nitro from MNM and one half of the tag team champs, Brian Kendrick. Nitro managed to defeat Kendrick after executing a high-risk, high-reward move on him. Once the match ended, London went over to check on his partner. At that moment, Mercury and Nitro attacked the tag team champs from behind, launching a series of chair shots on them. This was a real ruthless attack by the #1 contenders. And talking about an attack, you can also attack this video by subscribing, sharing it, and hitting that like button. In the second match, following what went down last week, Rey Mysterio was scheduled for a singles match against Eddie Guerrero. Not even a second after the bell rang, Eddie charged at Rey and launched a barrage of punches in the corner. The match had a very tense atmosphere as these two former friends turned rivals went at each other's throats. Eddie and Rey were throwing punches back and forth. Out of the blue, Eddie chose to call it quits and gave up on the match. Rey wasn't willing to let him get away with it, so he went after Eddie to confront him. However, Eddie had something up his sleeve. He suddenly turned around and caught Rey off guard with a sudden hit. The match ended in a no contest, leaving everyone wondering what would happen next. In our third match, it was scheduled for Mr. Kennedy to go head-to-head against the legend killer Randy Orton. However, before the match could even begin, the lights went out, and the dead man, The Undertaker, made his presence felt as he sought to settle the score. Orton had denied Taker the opportunity to face Batista for the title at No Mercy, and now he was seeking revenge from Orton. In the main event, we witnessed the Animal Batista facing off against JBL in a singles match. Batista managed to defeat JBL by delivering a Batista bomb. However, the night wasn't done for the Animal. Booker T had his sights set on weakening the champ before No Mercy. He attacked Batista from behind and then struck him with the golden belt. The question remains, can Batista retain the title against Booker T at No Mercy? In the first match at Unforgiven for the Intercontinental Championship, Rob Van Dam defeated Shelton Benjamin to become the new Intercontinental Champion. In our second match at Unforgiven, we witnessed Trish Stratus defending her title against Lita. Trish successfully retained her Women's Championship by hitting Lita with a Stratus faction. In our third match, we saw the wrestling machine Kurt Angle squaring off against the King of Kings, Triple H. Angle came out victorious by hitting Triple H with an Angle Slam. In our fourth match at Unforgiven, we witnessed the rated R superstar Edge facing off against the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. Michaels emerged as the winner after delivering a sweet chin music to Edge. Now it was time for the main event, a showdown for the WWE Championship. John Cena was defending his WWE title against Chris Jericho. Cena secured the victory by delivering an attitude adjustment to Jericho, successfully retaining the title and concluding the show. It was time for No Mercy, and the event kicked off with the tag team championships up for grabs. MNM challenged the champions, Paul London and Brian Kendrick. After a fiercely fought match, the champions managed to retain their titles. In the second match, we saw a singles bout between the former friends, Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Guerrero managed to win the match by cheating while the referee was down. He used a chair to hit Rey and then followed it up with a frog splash. Our fourth match featured a singles showdown for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The Animal Batista was defending his title against the #1 contender, Booker T. Batista secured the victory by delivering a Batista bomb to Booker, successfully retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. In the No Mercy main event, we witnessed a brutal Hell in a Cell match between the legend killer Randy Orton and The Undertaker. The Undertaker emerged victorious by delivering a tombstone piledriver to Randy. Guys, let me know in the comments which year you want to see next. Bye.